for tuning into my channel today, Red Hot Nails. I hope everybody has had a good week, and I wanted to thank everybody on Instagram for wishing me all the best and sending me all the love and prayers. As you know, I had emergency surgery earlier in the week, and I'm finally starting to recover nicely. It was a really, really rocky road to start out. Had some unplanned complications, to say the least. But I think I'm up to making a tutorial. Not really a tutorial, a review actually. So, what I got in the mail, finally, while I was in the hospital, is my dun-ta-da, Born Pretty. Yep, today we are going to be working on Born Pretty, and it is called Colorful Thermal Sensitive Liquid. Basically, it is the mood changing polish or mood ring polish. Obviously, back in the 80s, maybe early 90s, mood rings were all popular. And it has like become like a phenomenon with us nail artists to use this thermal sensitive liquid, as they're calling it. That is actually what Born Pretty calls it. Some other brands call it thermochromic liquid. I did try another brand, and it really didn't work that well. And I had gotten it on AliExpress. So when Born Pretty came out with it, I was like, yes sirree Bob. So I went ahead and purchased some. And I actually went ahead and just purchased some standard flat black that needs cured under the UV light, just for argument's sake. This nail I've already prepped. I'm going to do the whole nail. Now, one I'm going to air dry with the thermochromic liquid. The other one I am going to cure under my UV lamp, because you can do it both ways. It takes about 10-15 minutes, kind of depending on the brand, to air dry. However, if you want to speed up drying time, you can put it under the UV lamp, and that's supposed to speed it up. So I'm going to try it both ways. But what I'm going to do is lay a foundation, because I'm not going to do this one as a full nail. I want to do something a little bit funkier for it. And as you can see, I did lay down some liquid latex. What I did, if you have looked at my channel and been with me from the beginning, I bought the liquid latex brand. It is actually from Amazon, and it is in a tub. I believe it's like 4 ounces. And it is for body wear, honestly. But it works absolutely terrific for nails. Peels off great. They have tons of colors. It's made for like Halloween, that kind of stuff. And let me tell you, for like $7-8 bucks, it's a heck of a lot cheaper to buy that liquid latex and put it like in an old nail polish bottle, or even like if you have an old pill bottle, an old maybe an old pot from a cream, nail cream, instead of a polish. Anything old you can put it in, because you know you can use a brush to apply the liquid latex. I found an empty bottle, nail polish bottle, and cleaned it out good, and I have it in here. It is the best thing. It is cheaper than spending the money for a little 10-ounce bottle of liquid latex. So I've got it prepped just so I don't get stuff on my skin. So what I'm going to do by getting started is just go ahead and prep this nail. I'm just going to do some colors, maybe a little bit of a gradient, I don't know, just whatever the heck I feel like putting on at the time is what I'm going to do, and then we'll cure it and go from there. So I'm just going to get started, and start by laying down my foil glue. Now you guys will notice that I always use this foil glue. This is XKJ Professional Art Nail. It's by Star Glue. You can buy this on like AliExpress, Wish, maybe Amazon and eBay, I'm not sure. But this stuff is like one of the cheapest you're going to find. And let me tell you ladies, this is great. I use this for foil, I use this for pigments, I use it to attach rhinestones. I use it for absolutely everything. I really do. This is like my go-to. For being very cheap, it works amazing. absolutely amazing. It really does. I have no complaints. You just got to take care of the brush, and obviously you don't want to leave it uncapped because since it is a form of glue, it will clump. So I'm just going to go ahead and work and quit talking right now so you can watch me work while I just apply the pigments to start out. I'm back. What I did was I used some SheModern pigments, and I did the whole nail and top coated it once, and then I went ahead and used the Born Pretty Black and cured it, and I did a layer right down the middle, so you can see just a little bit of color popping on the sides, but not too much that it's going to take away from the beauty of the mood ring polish. So, I've already opened this, and maybe it's just me, but kind of smells like baby powder. It really does. This is what it looks like. It's kind of just like a tan gel. So, I'm going to get out any type of detailing brush or thin brush will do, honestly. And you want to give a good coat to the nail. So, and I'm going to go right down. Now you want to try to avoid brush strokes if at all possible. I know it's kind of hard, but, and you don't want like an uber thick coat. Okay, looks pretty good over there. And try not to get it on your skin. I don't know if it would necessarily hurt, but this, from what I understand, is not something that you want to get on your skin. It may cause maybe an irritation in some people, which, since I have a lot of allergies, the last thing I want to do is test the limits of that and see if that actually is a true statement or not. They also say not to use this on natural nails. I've seen one or two videos where people are actually trying them on natural nails, and they say, but the company says you can, and basically that's not exactly what the companies say, at least the ones I've read, guys. What they say is it is not recommended for natural nails. Obviously they're not going to come out and say, hey, you know, don't buy our product or don't use our product. What they're going to say is we don't recommend it for natural nails, because it could cause an irritation, an allergic reaction, a burning, and then, you know, I don't know how you would need to treat it in that instance. I don't know if you would need to call somebody, a doctor, go to the hospital poison control center. I don't know. But I would not advise you to use these on natural nails at all. Use them on artificial nails or not at all. Okay, so that looks pretty good, actually. It looks like I got a good medium coat on it. I tried not to get brush strokes in it. And so basically all we're going to do is wait for it to dry. Now, like I said, this could take about 10 to 15 air drying. That's about what it looks like on black. And they pretty much say use it on black or a dark color. I'm assuming maybe navy blue would be dark enough because that is very dark. But I would probably recommend black because it's going to show up a lot better, I think. You probably don't want to use it on a light color or any type of pastel because I don't think that's going to allow the beauty of the thermochromic liquid to show through. And you're not going to see the beauty of the color changing. So, that one I'm going to let air dry. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And this one I'm going to put under the UV lamp. This way, we're going to see with Born Pretty if there's a difference. And if so, which one works better. If there's no difference at all, there might not be. So, now let me pull it to me just for a second, guys. Looking pretty good. Now, you don't want to do the top either. You know, usually when you're working with regular polish, you know how we cap it, you don't want to do that with the mood ring polish. In fact, I didn't even do it with the black. It looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to cap this so it don't spill. And, well, we've already got some motion in the ocean over here, guys, with the one that's air drying. Look at that. You guys see that? Look at that. Look at how I did that. It gave me a rainbow in the middle. It's bluish down the bottom, and then there's a rainbow across that way. And then the top is still curing. Isn't that neat? Okay, well, I'm going to actually keep the video rolling while I put this under. And I started it at 30 seconds. That is really neat. I'm not sure how much time it's going to take under the UV light. A lot of it is going to do with what type of UV light you use, meaning how many watts. Okay, 30 is not enough, so I'm going to increase it to 60 seconds. If you use a UV light that has less wattage, it's going to take longer to cure, obviously. Kind of like the law of supply and demand. If you're using one that's more powerful, it'll take less time. This is probably what I would say a small to medium lamp. Now, of course, I like my minis. I love my mini lamps. Of course, I think they're only like 16 watts. And then I have the really big full-size Aokitic that I did a nail review on about a month or two back. You're welcome to go back into my YouTube and search for that and see that review. That obviously would be a little bit more powerful, but it's all obviously going to depend on what wattage is in your UV lamp and also what brand you use. There's so many different brands out there. Now we're getting a little bit. Start it for another 60 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and pause this and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And it's been about 15-20 minutes. And this one has come out lovely. This is the one that air dried, if you remember. And it's still got that rainbow in the middle. It's crazy. But it seems to be working fine when I touch it. You see it is moving. It is shifting color. And this is the one that was under the light. And believe it or not, it took pretty close to as long as it took to air dry, about 12 minutes or so. Like I said though, ladies, a lot of it will have to do with the wattage of the lamp that you use. This one is obviously not as powerful wattage-wise as a full size. So, in that case, you may just want to let it air dry. But still, pretty cool, huh? Isn't that neat? And then you can just see the little pop of SheModern glittery color on the sides. Just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it and make it too much. I love bling, I love color, but I still don't want it to be gaudy, tacky, overdone. So this one I'm going to leave alone and just top coat. This one, I think I might put something at the top here. Maybe a couple of rhinestones or something for some bling, since it's just a straight up full nail. So, put a little bit of my foil glue. And another thing that I forgot to mention, ladies, which is really important, is when you're doing this, you don't want to go all the way to the edge with the thermochromic liquid. And here's why. This is water-based, I believe. And if it gets wet, like if your clear top coat cracks a little bit, even just the tiniest amount, and just say you wash dishes, wash your hands, take a shower, and a little bit gets in there, it's going to wash away the thermochromic liquid. And there's going to be no mood ring pigment there. So if you leave just a small little layer on the sides, so when you top coat it, it can cover the sides and right there at the cuticle completely, then seal it. It's going to seal a lot better. And normally I use 2 good coats. In this case, I would use 2 healthy coats or maybe 3 thinner coats. Because like I said, you want to make sure that it's sealed completely. So make sure you're definitely curing with this 100 in between each coat. Because if it gets in there, if moisture or liquid gets in there and the top coat has cracked it all or peeled away, it's going to wash that thermochromic liquid right away. And then you won't have your mood ring polish color. So that's just a little bit of an FYI for you. So let's see what kind of bling we can find today, and I will be right back. Alright, excuse me. Well, this is the finished product, ladies. I just put 2 little rectangular shaped jewels. And as always, I will leave it still at the end of the video, just so you can see. And this is the other one. So I would definitely recommend this Born Pretty. You can get the Born Pretty thermal liquid by itself. You can get it with the black nail polish. It's a UV polish. You can get it with the base and top coat. It comes a couple different ways. So head on over to Born Pretty, you guys, and get some of this thermochromic liquid. I'm telling you, this stuff worked like a charm. That other brand did not hardly work, like one little area on my nail, and I took it right off with my Bell rechargeable. I'm telling you, this stuff is great. One good layer and boom. It dried fine. When it came back out of the UV light from the top coat, boom, the color came right back from the darkness from the heat of the UV lamp, right back to being colored. So definitely, you guys, go ahead and go to Born Pretty. I was not paid to say anything. This is my own observations, and I did pay for this out of my own money. But thank you again for tuning in, and I will talk to you next time. And don't forget to sub, like, ring, and share. Thanks for tuning in to Red Hot Nails. Bye-bye.